what if we were to say that nothing changes for the second season of Marvel's first animated series? Of course, we would be messing with you, as more anthology stories are coming your way in the form of the second season of What If, a second season full of changes in the narrative in which way the series will go, but also some even more changes when the storytelling of the series is considered, and even more character development as well. With the first season of the What If series over, we should shift our focus towards the second season of the animated series, which was announced even before the first one premiered. So you can see that everything was planned way ahead of time. This series also marked itself as being the first animated series for Marvel Studios, which was released on Disney Plus in August 2021, a month in the year which is planned to release one season of the series annually moving forward. The animated anthology series introduced alternate timelines within the MCU, a concept that was a huge hit at the time, especially after the Loki series, which seemed like the first of its kind. The key element of the series that made it different from all the other projects from Marvel was that all of the alternate timelines in the multiverse, caused by significant moments in the MCU's main timeline, just played out differently. For example, we got Peggy Carter as Captain Britain after she was the one to be injected with the super soldier serum, T'Challa becoming Star-Lord, and the Avengers recruits being killed off one by one. In the series, it was the Watcher who assembles the Guardians of the Multiverse to prevent Ultron's multiverse conquest, something we were not ready for at all.
What you doing out there all by yourself anyway?
Exploring the world.
Sounds fun.
There is so much more to talk about, but we don't want to spoil anything more for you if you haven't watched the series already, so we will leave it at that. Something left for your imagination before starting the series. As for all of you who watched it, we guess you are eager to know about the second season as much as we are. And without further ado, we have some details about the upcoming second season of the series, which, according to our educated guess, should be releasing in August 2022. The second season of What If is expected to have 9 episodes as well, following the concept of the first season, with the first episode of the second one being the previously 10th episode planned for the first season, the episode that never happened. As expected, the second season of the series will stick with the anthology stories, with them being pulled more from Phase 4 of the MCU, which should come as a continuation when we see that the first season of the animated series was all about events that happened over the course of the first 3 phases of the MCU. Thus, we are going to get episodes from characters that have taken part in MCU's Phase 4, with a Black Widow, a Shang-Chi, and Eternals-themed episodes already confirmed. The series has received nothing but success since the first episode of the season, and fans were thrilled to be part of something they have never seen before. Familiar faces and stories spread from every corner of the universe, of course, with a spin. One tiny detail about the story or the character changed, which would go on to make the entire Dome thing for us completely different. We even got to see some of our favorite characters turn into zombies and then killed with a blink of an eye. That is crazy. However, the recently confirmed Marvel Zombie series, according to many, will be even crazier, as it will spend much more time on the concept when the series releases in the near future. For the second season, so little was shared regarding the plot, the cast, or even when the series will release. However, one small detail has been leaked, and that is that the second season will focus one of its episodes centered on the comedic side of things. And we think this will be the first episode of the second season, which was meant to be part of the first season, featuring Gamora in the lead role of the episode itself.
What happened to you? You will see.
According to the show's head writer, A.C. Bradley, the second season will get even weirder than the first, who also opened up to share with us that the second season will come with one of the biggest changes, and that it will focus more on the characters rather than the stories revolving around them. With so much character development involved during all of it, character stories will be the direction where the second season will go more in, which will also allow the viewers to see a different side to their favorite characters. This is such a good sign, which hopefully will include both new and already established characters in the mix. Thus, if the second season goes according to what we think, we will get more of how the 4th episode of the first season went, with it exploring the mind and the soul of Doctor Strange, as he continuously lost the love of his life, Christine Palmer. As with most first things in life, the series itself came with a few, not mistakes, but rather problems for us at our homes watching the series. And one of them was probably the rushed storytelling, which maybe can't be said that it was intended considering the type of the series. But still, the series itself could easily fix this movie forward with a second season, and the solution might come in the form of longer episodes, which should make the lives of the writers easier, as they will not be rushed by the clock. Thus, the avoidance of making sloppy, lazy, or simply unsatisfying choices would be mitigated. This brings us to another change we will probably see in the second season, and that is attention to detail. Yes, the series presented itself as a fun iteration of the characters and stories we love to see, but the series has had its seriousness in the form of the introduction of the Watcher, a very important character in the Marvel Universe, which should point out that it is not everything about the fun part. We need a little bit more on the detail side of things. And with that in mind, enough time is taken to craft the stories even further and deliver the tweaked or adjusted story we should be seeing for the first time for one of the characters. Something out of the ordinary, what we are used to.
It cannot be.
Let's be honest, we've been through weirder.
The first season made for quite an interesting one, especially the Thor episode, which posed the question, what if Thor was the only child? And on that matter, we got to see Thor in a not so much different prime than the MCU one, with him only being more of a party king, to say the least. However, we think that when it came to that story and many other ones, the writers only scratched the surface of the gold mine in front of them. The second season will probably bring a lot more to the table in the change side of things, as it can not only retread the stories we have witnessed so far, but also make up new ones that are somewhat new, but still very close to the narrative side of things. And the last thing we want to mention is that the second season will most likely explore even further into the domino effect, which can be seen by the hint given that more character development will be present over the course of it. This means that more choices will be made by the characters of the series, which, with each and every choice coming next having an even bigger impact than the previous one, ultimately making a more consistent, clearer picture as to what the characters are dealing with at the particular point in time, but more importantly, why they are dealing with it in the first place. On a related note, tell us down in the comments below, what are your thoughts on the series so far? Which other characters do you think will get their standalone episodes or the big thing awaiting their assembly? And what or who will be the big threat by the end of the season? While we are at that too. But also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you would like to see more videos like this in the future. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.